GSL style group. This one is going to be Group D. We're going to be getting right on into things here, or spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. The teal Zerg player representing Risen Competitive. It's Renegade. And his opponent and teammate spawning up in the top right-hand corner. The red Terran player, Risen Competitive's current ace. It is Koda. So I'm really interested to see how this match ends up being played out. Koda, a big favorite for the group, and arguably one of the big favorites for the whole tournament. I mean, if you've been following Risen events at all, you know how good Koda is, especially when he brings it. And Renegade, I know, is a little nervous about this match, as anyone would be, just because of how monstrous Koda can be. But Renegade's got some tricks up his sleeve, as well as some solid macro play, so we're going to have to see what he can get done here. So far, it's looking like standard openings from both these guys. Probably going to be a Reaper expand here from Koda off the SCV Scout to make sure that nothing too aggressive is coming his way. And back across the map, we do see the hatch, gas, pool, everything looking normal here for Renegade. Now we've gotten some predictions in the chat, everything from Koda 2-0 to Renegade 2-0. So kind of a split crowd here on who we think's going to win. We'll have to see how it plays out. Once again, our map set here, it's pretty predictable. Both players get those 4 bans, which gets rid of Zen, it gets rid of Purity and Industry, it gets rid of Golden Wall. And I think Eternal Empire, Eternal Empire was the other ban there for Renegade, meaning map 1 is going to be Everdream, map 2, Nightshade, map 3, Simulacrum. 3 maps, which I think you're gonna see a lot of play on here in these best of 3s. Double Queen. It's 4 Lings. Everything Standardsville here for Renegade. He's probably going to want to get out and get that. Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to want to do that because there's the Roach Warren. So I like to start the series off with a little bit of aggression. And it's going to be up to Koda to try and scout this and see what he can get done with the Reaper. It looks like he's going to go for a drone. Maybe? Nope, he's going to ignore the drone. He's just going to kind of scatter. Oh, this drone gets exposed. Renegade needs to cancel it. Oh, the grenade gets it. 1 drone goes down. Great pickup there from Koda. Especially with a build like this, Renegade's drone count isn't going to be, he's not going to be pumping them. So every single drone counts. Now the Queen's out. It's going to help him deflect this a little bit. Koda, though, wants to get into the main as well and scout things out. Kills 2 Zerglings and is forced back. The factory, now on the way. He's getting 2 Marines at him. And oh, no! Oh, no, he does not want to lose this Overlord, but he looks like he will. 5 Roaches coming up in the background. This Overlord, not long for this world, and that's going to supply block Renegade pretty heavily. A second Overlord in the main base. If Koda sees that and can take it out. Oh, PP.
Game paused.
Looks like we're getting a little bit of lag here from Renegade. Well, he gets everything sorted. A little bit of positivity out here from Koda. No one's really shocked by that. But once again, the strategy here for Renegade is going to involve getting some Ravagers up here with these Roaches, using them to bile down things like bunkers, depots, all that stuff, and then flooding with a lot of Speedlings behind to try and overwhelm the Terran player. It's going to be up to Koda to try and stop this.
Game resumed.
All right. Good luck is called. Here we go. The depot's coming down. Looks like he's switching over. He's probably going to get either a tank or a Cyclone. I would think a Cyclone. 3 Overlords on the way here for Renegade as he is supply block, but here comes this attack. This Reaper warded away, but I think at this point Koda knows what's coming. He's even getting a bunker out in front. Yep. He sees it, but I don't know if he has the units. I don't know, guys. No cancel on the bunker. That's a big deal. And right now, Koda is kind of flagging here a little bit. He needs to abandon this low ground completely. The tank isn't done yet. He really wants to get this Overlord down. More Marines coming out, but these Roaches are here, right now. The Overlord, it looks like, is going to die, but with how many extra ones he made, that's not going to supply block him. He's going to start trying to get this depot down. He needs to get this tank up and get it sieged. There are no Ravagers. It looks like he's purely pumping out those Roaches, and here comes the tank with the siege up with no piles. That is going to lay down some serious firepower. Boom. Boom, 2 of the Roaches go down. He can make this one into a Ravager with how low on health it is, and it looked a little dicey there for a second, but with the tank up on the high ground and no Overlords around to get vision, I think he's held for the time being. Now, I'm guessing that, back to drones here for Renegade. He's going to want to get a third base up. A Banshee on the way as well to allow him to kind of hold the low ground. Koda's going to move that first tank out. The second one is now out as well. He can probably siege that up down here or something on the low ground. Ooh, these tanks getting these Roaches getting intercepted by the tank. Oh, he needs to make sure he lifts this. It's getting pretty low on HP. Yep, there he goes. Doesn't want to lose it. Gets hit by the bile, but yeah, that's going to be safe. And I think he's just going to wait for this Banshee to get out. The Banshee's going to clear out everything on the ground. But behind this, there's the third hatch for Renegade. Only drones on the production tab. I like this follow-up. He knows he can't bust Koda, so he's just going to try and get a lot of units back up at home. That bile is a little ambitious, as Koda is now just going to sit on these units. I think Ren needs to get out of dodge here. The Ravager goes down, and this Banshee just puts a clock on everything here. Another Roach is going to die. And I think he just wants to get out of here. I mean, maybe he's going to keep the units here and hold the low ground for as long as he can, but that's a lot of value to get out of this Banshee. Ren is going to now begin his retreat. Baneling Nest, Spore Crawlers, following it up. I like this play. He's not going to get caught off guard by the Banshee's counterattack. And he should only lose a few of these Roaches, maybe 1 or 2 more of them. The others should be able to escape. Let's take a look at the drone count. Right now it's 30 to 39. Ren in the lead. As Koda, building the third CC, but still has yet to reestablish that low ground. Stim, more tanks on the way here for Koda, though. Potentially setting himself up for a very, very strong follow-up attack. Double engineering bay. Everything about this from Koda screams macro play. And I'll tell you what, I've watched his macro TVZ, and my god, man. That guy and drops, yeah, it's good. It's really good. But he's just going to get as much information as he can with this Banshee. Ooh, even going to pick off a few drones here before this Spore gets up. A nice little pick off there for himself. Looks like 4, maybe 5. 5 workers go down. I don't expect him to be able to get anything else done. He didn't invest in Cloak, which means he should be relatively okay. Oh, Banshee gets picked off. That's a great pick off. Oh, on the other side of the map, though, there's a little bit of a drop here, and it looks like a lot of those Marines get cleaned up. Oh my goodness, and a tank as well. These are great pickups here for Ren. He's crashing in on the other side. I don't know if there's enough units here, man. He's going to get all the tanks. Oh, he saves 1 tank. Okay, great pickoffs there for Renegade, though. Great pickoffs. That aggression was primarily based around the high tank count that Koda had that Ren just completely neutralized. +1, Stim, all almost done, but... And no, there's not enough Zerglings here. Yep, yeah, he can just take this fight. Which he will, and he will clear out these Zerglings. Now there's a medevac. That's going to help out a lot. Ooh, but Renegade piling on the aggression. More Zerglings on the way. Now that this tank is here, oh, it's going to dish out some serious pain. Great pickup there to not let himself get friendly fired. Ren's bleeding out a few too many units into this natural, I think, though, but that friendly fire's still doing some good damage. Looks like Ren's going to go get himself a 4th base up. And again, the thing that we really want to be looking for here from Renegade, there's the Spire going down, is the upgrades. Once again, Koda's upgrades are doing very well. He's still bleeding Lings out here. But if Koda can uncontestedly get up a big upgrade advantage, that is, you can't overstate the value of upgrades when you're talking about Marines and Zerglings, right? They attack really quickly, so every armor, every attack upgrade is just hugely important. Getting the creep threat up towards the 4th base, I really like that. Koda instinctively is going to want to push this location in between the 3rd and the 4th. But here we're going to get to see a little bit of some vintage Koda. Double drop play going into the main base. Now, Renegade is behind on supply, but if we take a look, we can clearly see why. He's banking up a ton of gas. He wants to get a lot of mutas out, so his supply will kind of explode upwards. But this drop hitting right before the Spire is a little bit dicey for him. He's having to spend a lot of larva getting Zerglings, and that's going to slow down how quickly these mutas get out. And those Zerglings just get melted. I don't know. There's 2 Ravagers, but not a lot of Zerglings here to contest this. The Biles are going to whiff. But Koda gets himself a little bit sandwiched. I think he could have dove onto the Ravagers, but he takes the safe call and backs out. Did he see the Spire? No, he didn't see the Spire. That's great. That's great for Renegade. Now there's another drop over here on the other side. Koda is going to stretch my ability to observe with his multitasking here. As in the main, he's going in over here, clearing creep, killing overlords, and this is just a ton of pressure for the Zerg player. Looks like the drop over here is going to do quite well for itself. Is going to be forced back eventually, probably, but over here, the third base is under fire, and oh my goodness, Koda! 11 mute is about to pop, but they're going to get spotted. The third base is down and mining over there. It looks like he gets forced back on that location, but oh no, he's starting to bleed out Mutalisks. There's only 2 Banelings. They don't have speed. He needs to be careful. Oh, they just get sniped, picked off. Let's see the Muta count. It is at 6 with 3 more on the way, but oh no, more Mutas getting targeted down here. Oh, he's going to get almost every single Mutalisk. Ooh, that one survives, but that Muta count is at 3 with 7 more on the way. I think he lost like 6 or 7 Mutas there. This drop, getting at the 4th base, going to pick off a drone and put this base under pressure. And all this is just delaying how quickly Renegade can get across the map with those Mutalisks. But again, there isn't really great coverage with any. There's really no missile turrets. Is there a single one? No, I don't think there's any. So getting some good pickups already, delaying the 4CC, delaying this extra factory. But Ren bled out a lot of units. Taking a look at the units lost tab, we can see that Koda has killed about twice as much as he's lost. It's normal for a Terran to be hyper efficient, but Koda, with his control and his multitasking, can take that to the extreme. As here we go, Ren's trying to posture at the third base, but his 4th is getting backstabbed at the same time. He's not going to be able to get that mining set up, and it looks like Ren is going to get pulled back, but there's a drop in the main going on as well. So many drones going down, 5 in total, and more about to get gunned down in the main. He's going to get a gas as well. And Ren is struggling to keep up with a hyper-active Koda here. It looks like he's going to clear all this out now. Koda only getting out with some of those Marines, and the Mutas clear up the other one. The Mutaflock, 14 with 7 more on the way, plus 1. That's going to be 21 Mutas. That's a scary amount of Mutas. But at the same time, his ground army is rather lackluster. 29 Lings, and they're all at 0-0. Oh, no, they're not. He has 1-1. Never mind. I take it all back. He has 1-1. That's really good. Now, this drop is going to get taken out, but it's going to draw the Mutas away from the impending push here of Koda. And what a push. It is a lot of Marines. It looks like we got 60 Marines, 6 tanks, 5 medevacs on the field. There's only 27 Zerglings. That's not going to be enough, even with a huge Muta count. There's the stim. There's no Banelings, and these Mutas cannot engage the Marines. There's too many of them. The tank's getting sieged up. His infestation pit is finished. He's going to start getting up towards Hive, but Koda, I don't believe, is going to allow him to get there. There is no Baneling speed, which means no really impactful Banelings. This 3rd is going to get taken out. The 4th as well. Ren putting up a great fight, but Koda just putting on a masterclass of TVZ. When he's in form like this, it really is a joy to watch. He's going to try and engage it on the Marines. He might be able to win this fight, but the war of attrition is not going to go into his favor. More Marines show up here for Koda. The Mutaflock gets pushed back, and Renegade is going to have to bow out pretty soon here. As these units slightly overstimmed, but not overstimmed enough. Oh, he's right near the morphing in Banelings, though. Oh, look at the micro. Gonna gun down most of these Banelings before they can get any huge impacts. Some decent ones, but all the Mutas getting cleared up. Ugh. Koda. Beastly player. He's gonna clear everything out and go on into the natural. The drones are being pulled, but yeah, with more units following in behind, I don't think that Angren is just playing it out for giggles at this point, because 30 supply to 160 means Koda has won this game. He'll get the tank, though, and there's something satisfying about being able to get the tank. GG is called GG. So we're going to see if Ren can take anything here from this series in map number 2. Oop. Control-Shift-3. There we go. Best of 3. Spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner as the teal Zerg player, it is Renegade. And spawning up in the top left-hand corner, the red Terran player, it is Koda. Now, we saw Renegade go for an aggressive maneuver there against Koda that didn't really work out for him that well. Koda, with a very robust and strong reaction, was able to shut it down. And I'm interested to see if Renegade tries to play a macro game here with Koda, or he opts for the same build, or maybe just kind of a different vein of aggression here. Were it me personally, I would cheese. Koda at this current stage, um, he just looks tough to try and play it at a macro game. And I expect that's what we're going to see from Koda. I think he's pretty confident in this group, and rightly so. Confidence commensurate with his level of skill. Looks like it's going to be an SCV scout once again, but it is the hatch first. And a hatch gas pool so far. Everything is mirroring our first game. What's the score, says Shiti Kong? It should be up on... Oh, I keep forgetting that chat is in the past. Yeah. You'll see it. You'll see it. It's 1-0 Koda, but yeah. It is one of the sad things about having a stream delay. It makes interacting with chat a lot bit more difficult. There's the scout from Koda. He sees that it is a hatch first. There, he sees the drone coming out. And there's the low ground CC there from Koda. Pool finishes up 4 Zerglings. Everything's standard here from Ren. Reaper's going to get across the map. We're going to have to see that dance continue. Ooh, very, very good. Gets that third base down before the SCV can pull any shenanigans. It's pretty early, but that's what a Zerg player wants, is a fast third. And I think that rules out... it doesn't rule out any timings, of course, but it rules out a whole class of timings, right? If you're getting your third that quickly, that's money that you're not investing in other things. Like last game, it was roaches. So it looks like we're going to see Renegade kind of go into a more economically strong mid game here. Now, Koda is going to go for this drone. Will he be able to snipe it off? He does get a drone. Koda, so good. Most Terran players are not that confident with their Reaper, but he goes up, and he is rewarded. The second queen is a little bit delayed here to get himself this hatch up a little bit quicker. But everything should work out pretty fine here. Ooh, Renegade's hunting for it. Oh, great reaction time there from Koda. If he got the surround on there, 4 Lings can surround a Reaper and take it out pretty darn quickly. And it was a gutsy play there from Renegade. I liked it, but it's not going to pay off this time. And in fact, it's going to cost him 2 Zerglings. Not the biggest deal in the world, but again, in games with players of quality that these guys have, any unit that you can pick off is a good pick off. Looks like we're seeing the Tech Lab and the Starport following it up here from Koda. Battlecruisers still an option here for him. Actually watched a game while he was Discord streaming earlier, and he went Hellbat Banshee. That's still obviously an option here for him. He's going to scout the double gas going down, and I think that this telegraphs that I'm guessing that Renegade wants to go Mutalisks here. That is what my gut is telling me with a quick 2 gas here. So, yeah, so actually it's a tank. It's a tank and a Banshee. Huh. Very interesting, Mr. Koda. Very interesting. The Hellions are going to get across the map now. And this creep spread isn't pushed out here at all yet for Renegade, and that's going to allow these Hellions a little bit of free reign to kind of jockey between the bases and maybe pick off any drones or Lings that are transferring in between the natural and the third base. But so far, these Lings able to ward away the Hellions. 10 more on the way that's going to allow him to continue that effort. 2 Lings go down, and Koda's just going to kite back again. These Hellions are here for map control, to keep the creep pushed back, to keep Renegade from pushing out too hard on the other side of the map. Now, behind this, the layer is halfway done. Koda getting some great shots off here. Again, being relatively efficient. I like microing back that Hellion there. Good play there. Third CC, halfway done. So this is a pretty macro play here from Koda behind these 2 Banshees, which this time will have Cloak. And let's bear in mind, we do not see Spore Crawlers. This Cloak isn't quite done yet, so these Queens can still contest it. But Renegade's drone count is sitting at 44. He doesn't really want to be bleeding out too many. It looks like 2, maybe 3 or 4 will go down here. The Spores are on the way. Ooh, a 5th drone going down, and Koda's going to back up as this Queen wards away. These Lings are sharking across the map, looking to maybe catch out these Hellions. But I think that's okay for Renegade. I mean, 5 drones is it's good damage, but he's gonna have his spores up by the time Cloak finishes. He's getting a huge amount more drones. His double evo's on the way. Looks like Koda's going to be able to clear out the rest of these lings on the map, but no Spire just yet. Just Baneling speed, double upgrades, all things that Zerg players want in the mid game. Back at home, Koda is set up defensively very strong. Few Banelings getting morphed in. 6 in total, 1-1 Baneling speed, all on the way. These Banshees, again, just kind of warding around. Ooh, these Hellions are going to go and try and get some money shots in. Only going to get 2 drones before the Lings shut them down. Now, the double engineering bay is done here for Koda, but he has not started 1-1 yet. That's pretty important. The Zerg has an upgrade lead, and that's very good for Zerg. Now, these Banshees, oh no, oh no. Oh, that is painful. A lot of Banelings going down. Now, these Zerglings still might be enough to shut down this base, but you never want to bleed out that many Zerglings here. Now, these Marines are going to get cut off, but with the tank on the high ground, he should be able to clear this up. He might bleed out a tank, though. That'd be a great pickoff. He gets the tank. And I think we end up at a little bit of an even trade there. Renegade was able to clear out a bit of army for Lings, but he did lose a few of those Banelings to the Banshees. Combat Shield now halfway done. Stim as well. And once he gets Stim, Combat Shield, his 3 bases established, I think what we're going to see Koda do is what Koda loves to do, which is drop. It is going to be Lingbane Hydra, a little bit more of a robust composition here for Renegade as opposed to the Mutas, which, you know, sacrifice a little bit of brute force for their mobility and an ability to counterattack. Clearing out some more Lings with these Banshees. Ooh, does he have detection? Nope, does not look like it. But still, the threat of these queens. Gonna be able to ward this away. This third base is up and running. Koda gonna get on here and pick off a lot of the drones. That's a great pickoff. Gonna force Renegade to have to remake those. 6 drones in total. Now these Banshees are starting to get a little bit cornered. There are a lot of queens. 7, 8 drones. He's gonna rotate around into the main. Really getting maximum value done with these Banshees. Oh, he uproots the spine, or the spore. That's going to allow Koda to kind of stutter step his way to so many drone kills. Now there's a drop, it looks like, out on the map where just some Marines, but oh my gosh, 19 drones. Koda took these 2 Banshees, which should have been almost obsolete, and he's picking Renegade apart with them. 22 drones go down. Oh my goodness, Koda, unlimited value. If he gets out. Okay, there's a spore. He shouldn't get out. Oh, he's going to get more drones, though. 25, 26, 27. Oh. Okay, 28 drones go down here. Koda's taking a 50 supply lead. And this has to be a little bit frustrating here for Renegade. He's playing such a good game, but Koda just getting so much value out of this Banshee tech. Now, keep in mind, Renegade still does have an upgrade lead that's going to serve him quite well. Ooh. Nice dodge to the side there. We'll keep those units alive. I don't know exactly really what they're doing over here without a medevac. I guess stimming in. Gonna try and kill some creep and then get killed by Lings. Rest in peace, Marines. But they are going to draw the army away a little bit from this drop on the other side. But Renegade knows. He knows what's coming. He knows what Koda does. He distracts you on one side, he hits on the other. And here we go. Stimming on in. That is going to be a brick wall you just ran into with that drop. Koda is forced backwards. Spire now on the way as well here for Renegade. 2-2 beginning, but again, the 2-2 almost completed here for the Zerg player. More drones on the production tab. It's going to get him up to about that 80 drone mark, which is where you like to be sitting as a Zerg player. And no, he's going to hop on this. He might be able to... Ooh, doesn't get a medevac. Renegade is banking up a huge amount of gas right now, 2,600. I guess he might get some Mutalisks with this, but he needs to spend it on something, whether it's, you know, Infestors could be good, whether it's Vipers, those could be good. But just something, because that much gas in the bank, you really want to be spending that, especially with how hard he's been powering that gas. Here comes more double drop in here from Koda. He's gonna pick off one overseer and get out of dodge. Ooh, this drop probably wants to start killing creep. It will. And it's going to get some units to boot, some Hydras, some Lings. Renegades, the bulk of Renegade's force is going to have to be pulled back to try and defend this. And, I mean, he will be able to, but Koda just, oh my gosh. Look at that efficiency. He's so clean. And now Koda's maxed. He's maxed. He's got 9 tanks. The Greater Spire's on the way. I think Koda needs to go now, and it looks like he's going to do just that. Because you want to hit before Hive. Again, 3-3 Adrenal. Greater Spire. These are game-changing upgrades and units. But Koda right now has the opportunity to hit before they kick in. And Renegade's kind of down in supply. His army supply is significantly less than the Terran player, who can set up on this ridge with all these siege tanks. Needs to get him sieged up, though. Oh, no, it looks like Renegade's force is going to try and run in before the siege up happens. He is forced back, and now... Talk about a death line over at the same time. This 5th base is getting dropped. It's going to get taken out. A queen on the other side going to die as well. Koda is absolutely everywhere. Ren's trying to rally his forces as his hive tech begins to kick in, but... Oh, no, he's going for a big surround here. There are no tanks sieged up on the low ground, only on the high ground. He's going to pick off all 4 of these tanks. I think he needs to back out because there's more tanks up on the high ground. They're going to get some serious damage done, but a lot of this army is going to get cleared out here for Koda. At the same time, he's dropping in the naturals. He's going to pick off the 3-3 and maybe the 4th base, but the army kind of gets cleaned up here for Koda. Renegade dropping below 100 supplies. Drones are going down left and right. The naturals getting ransacked, and I think Koda has done just enough to secure himself a win with this push. He's everywhere, man. Holy cow. Gets the 3-3. Gets the 4th base. Whew. Well, I'll be honest. Koda looked oppressive. He looked oppressive here in this match. 7 Broodlords are on the way, but 5 starports. 7 barracks on the way here for Koda. He is going to make an anti-Broodlord army because he knows Ren does not have the money or the mining to do a tech switch here. He's going to stim in, pick off 1, maybe 2 or 3 of these Broodlords, which is only going to make this eventual counterattack a little bit weaker. And now he's just going to lift up. He's going to drop on the Broodlords. Ooh, 1, 2, 3 more Broodlords go down. There's only 2 remaining. Another one falls. He's going to drop on the final ones. 1, 2, they pop, and now there's nothing to stop this bio. Nothing at all. GG is called, and Koda is going to take our first series